The New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian wants the federal government to consider the portion of returning travellers her state has hosted when rolling out the COVID vaccine. Charlotte Mortlock has the details from State Parliament.
New South Wales has welcomed back more than 100,000 returned travellers since the pandemic began. Premier Gladys Berejiklian wants that considered when the vaccine is distributed at the end of the month.
I would like to see New South Wales get its proportion based on the risk we're carrying.
Caps on international arrivals were halved across the country in preparation for travellers who may be carrying new variants of the virus. But from February 15, New South Wales will be back to taking 3,000 returning Australians each week. On Friday, the Premier will outline her proposal to National Cabinet.
If we are going to continue to bear more of the risk, it stands to reason that we reduce that risk by making sure our quarantine workers are some of the first in line to get the vaccine. That's all I'm saying. It's not about New South Wales going ahead any other state. If some states are bringing in more Australians than others, obviously that carries risk with it, and we've always borne that risk.
The state has recorded its 17th straight day without any locally acquired cases. The Premier has reiterated restrictions will be eased next Friday as long as nothing unexpected happens. The 4 square metre rule will be cut to 2 square metres. There may also be changes for household gatherings and mass, but the Premier says it's unlikely there'll be any changes for weddings, funerals or nightclubs.
Singing and dancing are still considered too high risk in the current environment, so those activities will still not be allowed, and clearly we'll take advice from health on those specific venues. But in terms of the vast majority of hospitality venues as we know them and places of worship as we know them, they will definitely be reverting back to the 2 square metre rule.
COVID traces have been detected in sewage in Island Park in southwest Sydney. It's most likely an old case, but authorities still want people in that region to come forward for testing.